TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Elmer Horn with Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and we're here in one of our communities, and Sheriff Pounds is here with us. And Sheriff Pounds is very involved in his communities, and he come out. We brought out our grill and our smoker so we can come out and help cook for this community. And Sheriff Pounds himself has come out and helped cook with us, and he's here to cook and help these folks today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the programs that I call Taking My Community Back. If you don't get out there and get involved in your community, you ain't gonna be able to get it back. And the sad part about it, we losing our young men at such a pace that it's unreal. We got to come up with something that will help us with these children. Got to. So this is what I'm doing. I love it. I'm out here in the sun. It's hot, but like I said earlier, we're gonna do these until we get that gap between law enforcement and the community bridge. We're gonna bridge that gap because we're gonna get out of here, we're gonna shake hands, we're gonna find out if they got any kind of problem we can assist them with, and invite them to the sheriff's office and come to the roll call. Just come see what's going on at the office. Thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you, Sheriff Pounds. And like I said, this is just one of many events that we bring this grill out to help with our communities and get involved. I'm here today at one of our community outreach days with our sound truck. And our sound truck is used for just what you see. We come out to community days, we play loud music, and be able to just have a good time with it and enjoy our community. Our sheriff's office, you get to see us in a little different light. We're not always out there writing tickets or locking people up. We come out to your community day and be a part of your day and help you celebrate your community. And this is just one of the ways that we can do that, was with our sound truck. We're here today in one of our communities. We brought our ice cream truck out. A lot of people like to laugh when I say the sheriff's office owns an ice cream truck, but this is exactly what it's for, is we bring it out to our communities. We give away ice cream. We don't charge for the ice cream. The ice cream is free. And we have partners in our businesses in our community that help pay for the ice cream so that we can give it away for free. And we give it away. We go to schools. This is just one of many events that we bring our ice cream truck to. We go to the school systems. We come out to community days, block parties. We just come out and see you and help you enjoy and celebrate your community. Thank you.
Good afternoon, happy Sunday. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Talk Show Divas. My name is Roselle Pompey, and without further ado, let me introduce you to the diva to my left.
Happy Sunday, everybody. My name is Tamar, and I'm the creator of Eve's Garden Mask Mist. So happy to have you guys here with us today.
Greetings, hi, and welcome everyone. My name is Renee Jackson, and I'm an entrepreneur. My business is called Sparkle, and I'm a wardrobe stylist as well as a wardrobe rental service. Thank you, guys.
Well, welcome, ladies. You all look beautiful today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And always, yes, we're matching. And listen, we did not coordinate it, but great minds think alike.
Yes.
And Miss Renee has on navy blue, so we're all in this black and navy blue. So, but we have an exciting show for you all today. So, are you ready? Okay. I'm going to pose a question, and this is about a hot topic that's near and dear to all of our hearts, and it's about makeup, plastic surgery. Is it a good thing that beauty has become less natural or more accessible? So,
That's a good one.
yeah.
That's a good question. Off the rip, I would have to say yeah. I would have to say yes.
And why? Why do you feel that way?
I would like to, I think it's great that it's more accessible because more people can partake in it. I know it used to be a thing for the rich and famous, but now the more people can do things that increases their self-esteem because they feel beautiful, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I feel that there have been, like we discussed earlier, that everything revolves around beauty right now.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
it's always been that way. So some people are not naturally beautiful, but can be enhanced with some lipstick, blush,
Yeah,
eye enhancement. It's to enhance.
exactly.
And I believe in enhancing what you have.
Yeah.
And I'm for it. I'm for it. A little tweak here. But what about you,
What do you
Renee?
think, Renee?
I think that the difference between being beautiful and being attractive, because I believe those are different, separate entities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Agreed, yeah.
Beauty is one thing. You can be just naturally beautiful.
Right.
Where your eyes are, they're proportionate, the exact centimeters they're supposed to be, the nose, the mouth, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when you're attractive, it's just like, whereas you can walk in the room and you can attract the attention, all comes just soaring into you.
Yeah.
So I believe there's a major difference between beauty and being attractive.
Okay.
Which would you rather be?
All of the above.
Oh.
Okay.
Well,
All
you
of
had
the
to
above,
choose, Renee. What if you
because
had to
the
choose?
attractiveness brings on an appeal, because you can be beautiful and be as bland as
That's true.
paint drying on a wall.
That's
Right.
true.
You know what I'm
That's
saying? You
true.
could be beautiful and have absolutely nothing else to go with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when you're attractive, it means that you bring all the energy towards you. So I believe there's a difference.
Well, I'm
so,
going to say attractive then.
Yes, I
Yeah,
would truly
yeah.
say attractive.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
would
then
say
I
that one.
believe also in that what we state, what we've heard is that is that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder.
Yes.
So yes, I think attractiveness.
So
Yeah, that's a
with
good
being attractive, that means that you encompass everything, right? It's not only the physical beauty, it's the aura.
Inside
It's the inside.
Yeah.
But sometimes putting on the cosmetics or doing a little enhancement with plastic surgery helps build that confidence so that you're able to become more attractive because it's a mental thing.
Yes.
It is.
Right?
It is.
And with that being said, let's talk about the mental aspect of beauty and
Wow.
and how it can translate into this attractiveness that you brought up. Thank you for that. And so it's like we've seen the negative side of being in the industry where, for example, Little Kim, she, in my opinion, have overdone it. But we've seen other people who have gotten their nose job and their self-esteem. Like we were talking about this young lady who's a influencer. She has severe scars on her face, burn marks, and she has used makeup to enhance herself and change. And now she's not afraid to promote her natural face without makeup. So I think that makeup can build a person, but it can also be an extreme, whereas with both makeup and plastic surgery.
Yeah.
So what are your
Yeah,
thoughts?
I mean, you bring up a really good point because if you're talking about from a mental aspect, I think if you do something that's good for you, and it builds your self-esteem, and that allows you to move into the world and be more confident and exude that, I think it's a good thing. But it goes back to why you're doing it.
That's true.
Some people are doing it to look like this lady over, this person over here, this person over here.
Right.
I think that's when it becomes a problem to me, when you're trying to change yourself to fit into this standard of beauty. Because if that's the case, the society that we live in has always told black women that we're not the standard. Okay?
Right.
So if you were getting nose jobs, or you were getting all types of stuff to look less African and take
More
on more
European.
European features, there's some mental work that needs to be done upstairs.
Yeah.
So then that goes to the media, because what, say, white people are looking at, far as in our beauty, they want that.
Yes.
And then in return, what we're looking at, far as their beauty, we want that.
a
You know what I'm
trick.
saying? So it's
Yeah.
all about just being comfortable and accepting within your own skin
Right.
what God has given you. Mainly what your parents have given you.
Right.
There are some natural features that I have that it came from my mother.
Right.
These hands. People might say, them some man hands. Them some cotton picking hands. But guess what? I love my hands. Yes, they are very strong hands. They look like they've been
It tells your
over in
story.
dishwashing,
Yeah, but
detergent.
it tells
But
your
these
story.
are my hands.
Yeah.
And I was blessed with these hands, and I embrace my hands. So it's about what we embrace as who we are as a people, because they continuously change the narrative as what beauty is, as opposed to beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, and such being our skin tone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, when I was younger, and I'm kind of like a way beyond dimensional one-track thinking. You know what I'm saying? And I always thought that darker skin complexion, to me, was absolutely
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Yes.
And I shared with a client I had, and I said, oh my God, I think you're beautiful. I wish I had your skin. And she said to me, you say that now, but you've never had the skin. And this skin color, even though I'm beautiful, I was always put in the back of the line.
Wow.
I was never first.
Yeah.
And I had to say, you know what? I understand that.
That's
Yeah.
powerful.
I understand that, because that's what she told me. Because we always want something that we
That we
don't have.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we have to learn to be comfortable. And I'm from a different era. This new era and the new women that we see and walking around and we're trying to compete, and you know, it's no competition, because when we learn that who we are and how we were created
Yeah.
based upon our, you know, our origin and our parents and our DNA, then we accept that. But right now it's like, I want to look like her. No, I don't want to look like her.
Right.
Because looking like her is not really about my lineage of where I've come from.
Yeah.
Where I come from, we're like this, and accepting of that. And now the change is just, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's
think-
unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
I think they've tricked us, because see now,
Yes.
all of a sudden, the booty's in.
Yeah.
Black women have had amazing rear ends like forever,
Yes.
and now they're getting the thick lips.
Yes.
When at one
High
point they told us,
cheekbones.
yeah, right, and when at one point they taught us that thick lips were ugly. So I think they have
Soup
coveted.
coolers is what they.
Right,
Yes.
you're right.
Coffee coolers, soup coolers, all of that.
I think they have coveted our physical features and beauty and skin all along.
Right.
For what reason?
It's beautiful.
No,
Yes.
for what was the reason that
Coveting-
they told us?
Coveting our
No, not coveting, but
Oh.
letting us know that soup coolers having big lips, coffee coolers and big lips weren't
Because
attractive.
they were insecure.
yeah,
So,
Ah.
yeah,
so
yeah.
to me, when
Yeah.
you're insecure with how you look, you try to put down those
You
that
try to take away
yes,
from other people.
Because why?
money.
It's always go back to the money. It's
But it-
always about the money.
But if
Always.
But if we're talking about from a psychological point of view to basically put you down, that is just for the sake of coming across as though they're supreme
Yes.
and they're the standard of beauty and you don't count.
Well, why are they all now getting that top
Well, see,
lip filled?
that's what
Not
I'm
that
saying.
bottom lip, because the bottom lip is fine. Is that top lip that's
what I'm
very
saying.
thin.
It's changed. It's changed
Yes.
now. Now
Yes.
they're being honest about what they really want, which
Yes.
you want to look like me.
Yes. and you know, going out, you know, back in the day, it's not really a thing right now, but they used to lay out and
Tan, yeah.
get tan.
Yeah.
And I used to, stupid me, I put baby oil and I'll go to the pool side and get tan too, but I ended up getting burnt.
Wow.
But it was just because I, like you, love dark skin. And I love that ebony dark. I remember reading an article years ago. I was in high school, so that's 10 years ago, about Diane Carroll's encounter with, it just ran out of my head. The actor, help me.
It's okay. You come back to it if you can't remember.
One of her co-stars,
Yeah, and he's from the Bahamas.
Harry Belafonte,
Now he's from Jamaica.
Sidney Poitier,
Sidney Poitier.
her boyfriend.
Yes.
Okay.
There you
And
go,
she
girl.
first met him and how she described him as a Black Panther. Oh my
My
goodness. That's when I was like, that's it. Skin like velvet. She just described him and how beautiful and how he had that attractiveness. He had beauty. He was beautiful to look at, but he had that power when he came into the room, and then she was mesmerized from that beginning. And it was like, oh yeah, I want that.
Yeah.
So I used to stay out in the sun, swimming, and then one time my grandmother came from Jamaica and she said, oh my God, the children black, Mom, the children black. I was like, yeah.
Wait, Roselle, I'll tell you, I've had girlfriends that are darker, and they, like, we go to the beach, we go on vacation,
They won't go
they
outside.
won't get in the sun.
Really?
Well,
They
not.
refuse to, because in their mind, the darker you are, the less attractive you are.
Oh, wow.
Instead of, you know,
The
having
darker
it-
the berry, the sweeter the
right,
juice.
and instead of having it situated, and I never, I'm like, you're not coming out of the sun. It's like, no, girl. And they were raised, I'll tell you, it's generational.
Yeah.
They were told from their parents,
Don't go outside.
don't go out and get in the
And
sun
their
because you don't want
parents'
to get any
parents.
darker.
Oh, wow.
That is so true.
Or you don't, or being ashy, or just all these
Well,
different
you know,
things
like
that
you
they
went to
tell us.
high school. I'm going to go back to junior high school. There was this young lady, and I'm just going to say her first name. Her name was Monique. But she was jet black. But she was the most beautiful girl that I've ever seen in my life. She had sparkling white teeth. She had beautiful white eyes. And she was so pretty. And she used to always walk with her head down. And I would tell her, girl, you know what I mean? Look at you. You are so pretty. And she'd be like, no, Renee. I'd be like, no. You know, and years passed. 20, 30 years passed, and she would text me. She found me on social media. She said, thank you for always telling me how beautiful I was. Because when you're raised and they would call you, you know, you black, you you ugly, like black was bad. Black has never been bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Black has never been, but it's all that what we pour into one another to try to demean one another. You know what I'm saying? And her family would be like, you the blackest one. You adopted. Oh, we found you in a trash can.
Yeah.
Stuff like that we would even do based on, you know what I'm saying, what we had been told,
Yes.
and then feel inferior to other people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I thought
Yeah.
from then, I thought she was the most beautiful girl that I've ever seen in my life. And
this
still
is-
she is.
And this is what causes the beauty industry
Yes.
to thrive.
Yes.
Insecurity.
Exactly. Yeah.
Insecurities.
Yeah.
Insecurity.
So going back to that mental health aspect of the beauty industry, it's playing on our insecurities. So we'll get right back to that topic. Ladies and gentlemen, this is heated. We love this topic. Stay tuned. Thank you.
How can you find a reliable source of CBD products? Introducing Holistic Wellness Boutique, a revolutionary collection of CBD tinctures, CBD topicals, CBD edibles, CBD pet products, and other relevant CBD products that help you incorporate CBD into your everyday lifestyle. The best part? Through our special Radiant Transformations program, Dr. Alea Daniel, PharmD, a well-regarded wellness coach, licensed pharmacist, and the mind behind the idea of Holistic Wellness Boutique, will also introduce you to a healthier lifestyle through proper education, nutrition, and a thorough medication evaluation to make the most of our exemplary CBD products. If you are struggling with a chronic condition, we can help you discover how to live a more holistic lifestyle through wellness coaching and the proper selection of hemp-derived CBD products. Visit holisticwellnessboutique.com to schedule a consultation or order an audacious combination of hemp-derived CBD products that will rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit.
Today's world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. Our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom Inc. Reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives.
Hi, this is Bill Duke, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
Welcome back to the Talk Show Divas. But before we jump into our subject at hand, I want to talk to you all about our different shows that we have aired during the week. So on Tuesday, we have Your Real Estate Tea, which is at 12:30 p.m. Wednesdays, we have The Flavor at 8 p.m., followed by The Playlist at 9:30 p.m. Then on Saturday, we have The Bedroom Chronicles at 5 p.m. Next is Sunday, Talk Show Divas, which is at 4:30. Yay! And followed by The Talk Show Kings at 6:30 p.m. So we also want to say a special thank you to our social media director, Shantae Barksdale. Thank you. And to our executive producer, Mr. Felix Washington. So we ended the last segment discussing insecurities. Do you feel that the beauty industry targets insecure women?
Absolutely.
They
Go
not
ahead.
only target, they create. They create the insecurity. Yeah, and because it makes their business thrive.
Yeah.
It absolutely does.
And you were touching about the media and how they play into our insecurities and how they perpetuate this mindset, what is beautiful.
Because of propaganda game.
Exactly.
Everything to me always leads back to the dollar. You know what I'm saying? Everything is about it's about the dollars. It's about the financial gain amongst everything across the board. Always about the money.
Right.
And the beauty industry is a I would say, trillion-dollar industry when we're including weight, we're including implants, we're including plastic surgery, we're including fashion, we're including makeup, and we're including all of those parameters, fragrances. It's all about how you come across. And we're in a city whereas beauty is, we're in Atlanta, so beauty is like over the limit in terms of how we perceive each other and what our beauty looks like. Now, when I was growing up, it was like, and from what I feel personally is that variety is the spice of life.
Different.
It's the spice of life. So everybody and every man, I don't think, is looking for this big, fat, juicy derriere.
Right.
Booty. They're not, because every man don't like a big booty.
Right.
Every man doesn't like big boobs. But here, because I want to compete with you, you got your booty done, and guess what? And now I'm 25. What do I look like at 25 when I was 25? You know, all my girlfriends, we were all gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? However we were all gorgeous. What do I look at 25? Because I work where? I work in the in a certain industry, say the strip joint, and you got your booty done. Who did your booty? Girl, I'm going to get my booty done.
right.
And this one gets their booty done. So all the people at the strip joint, all the men at the strip joint are looking at what? All of the big booties, one
yes,
dimension.
one
What about the
dimension.
man that's there who don't want to look at a big booty? What about
Yep,
he
that's
don't like
true,
a big ass
Well,
booty?
well,
you know?
because the girl that got her booty done probably was making
Currency.
more money.
It boils down to
Maybe on
currency.
that night.
It boils
Well,
down to
I
Maybe
mean-
on that night, but maybe when another classification of man comes in, he don't want to look at that big
but
booty.
the majority of them that go into those clubs, they're looking for that big booty.
Why? Because of what?
Because of the
fantasy
Yes.
that's being
Yes.
sold.
Yes.
But when you're walking in the mall and if I was a man and I'm walking in the mall and I see a big butt that I got my eyes focused on and I see another girl coming past and I turn around and look at her, well, guess what? I didn't have to turn my head because that booty looks just like the one that I was just looking at. Because all the booties now
Right.
look exactly what? The same.
There's no individuality.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's the same, and that's the sad thing. I think that's what makes us beautiful, the diversity.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Everybody has brought into, like when they was saying, the propaganda. This is, in order for you to be attractive, in order for you to have, I guess I'll call it currency and value,
Right.
you need to have a Kim Kardashian behind, which is not hers. I mean, yeah.
Oh,
but
Nicki Minaj.
You need, yeah, you need to look a certain way, and it's a lie.
Yeah.
It's a lie.
It's a lie. That's
It's
what we
all
need to
about
say
a
to
lie.
everybody.
And,
It's a lie.
we can talk about what's my girl name? K. Michelle.
Yes. Yes.
K. Michelle, and not one friend. Where was her friends at? Where was her love and support saying, Kim, you don't have to go no further.
Right.
Stop. Like
Stop right now.
Yeah.
You know, and that booty was like this, and then if your booty is like this, and then your thighs and your legs
waist
are like
is
this,
yeah.
no, your thigh, no,
disproportion.
it's disproportionate.
ridiculous.
You're not even made like that. It's
Yeah.
automatic. It's
Yeah.
not real.
Yes.
And then the eruption and then the destruction came because now she's trying to save her life.
Yes.
And as a result of, she had to get all of that out because it disseminated
Oh,
throughout
did
her
she?
body.
Yes.
Absolutely. She
Yes.
talks about that.
She had to
Oh yeah,
get-
she had to get that out of her body.
There is a fitness guru here in Atlanta, and she was known for having the perfect butt. Well, unbeknownst to her followers, she had
Implants?
butt implants, and they were starting to leak and become a health hazard for her, causing her a lot of health issues. Same like K. Michelle. And she decided that she's going to document her journey in taking these butt implants out and the healing process and how you can come from it. And she displayed everything, like the ugliness
Of what it is.
Can I
of
ask
what
you a
this
question?
surgery
Can I
was
ask you a
about.
question? Because a lot of times what they will do is they lie. Oh, well, you can get this butt by doing these sculpts and these glutes, and I'm going to show you how to get this butt. When you really just went and got yours put in, it has nothing to do with squats.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So they get all these clients because clients think, okay, you're going to make me look like that naturally, and then the reality is you all faked up.
Yep.
It's like, right,
Because of what?
money, yeah.
Well,
Always leads back to the money.
It's true. So speaking about the money, the cosmetic, beauty, plastic surgery industry is projected to be over $500 billion in the next 4 years, 3 to 4 years.
It's not already there?
No, not yet. But you know, it's just. I agree. It's probably close to $1 trillion.
It's probably that because then you have the black market. You know, the
Yeah.
people that couldn't afford to go
And
to
this
a
is
doctor.
globally. This is
Yes,
globally.
but what about those who
Yeah.
couldn't afford to go to the doctor?
right.
And
You know what I'm saying? And they go to black market.
hotels
And they
and
were
getting
doing
these
all
butt
of that,
shots.
putting all
Yeah.
of the, oh my God, it was
Poison,
yeah.
horrible.
Yeah, well, Usher's mom, and she went overseas to go get her surgery, and she ends up. Well, no, not Usher's
No,
mom.
his
That
mom-
is Kanye.
mom.
And I
Kanye's
always
mom.
think about her,
Yes.
his mom.
Wait,
And
she went to a plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills.
She went here.
Oh, I
but
thought
she
it
was
was
no,
Brazil.
she went here.
Usher's wife went to the Dominican and
Okay.
had some issues.
That's what I'm
That was
mixing
Usher's
But
up.
wife.
I always
Okay.
think about
I
Kanye's
do too.
mom because she was going to her class reunion and she wanted to come in the door looking
Yeah.
like va 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 vam and didn't make it. That breaks my heart.
And the thing about it is, she was getting multiple surgeries in one sitting. And with the history of her blood pressure and other issues,
Really?
the doctor should have told her no.
She wasn't just going to get her boobs done.
No,
Because I thought that's
she
what it
was
was.
going to get a couple of things.
Wow.
And they're saying that the doctor was irresponsible because with her history, he should have told her no.
I gotcha.
But he wanted the money
Oh,
and
always about the
performed all
money.
that stuff, and she didn't make it.
Wow.
That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's and that
it's-
was sad.
Whew.
That was sad.
I mean, and thank you all for correcting me on
That's
that.
okay.
That's okay.
Because I was mixing.
Usher with Kanye's mom. No, that's okay.
What did happen with Usher's mom?
No, nothing that I'm aware of.
It was his
wife,
wife.
his
Oh,
ex-wife.
She went over to the Dominican to get plastic surgery, and then she had some issues, and he had to go over there.
His first wife.
Yes.
Okay,
Um,
got it.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
first
yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah,
to
yeah,
me,
yeah, to me.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. Unbelievable.
And everybody kind of wondered, all the good plastic surgeons here in this country, why did she go to the Dominican?
Right. No, because that's where regular people go because it's
'Cause
cheaper.
it's cheaper, but she had the
but they
money,
got the
right.
money, so
Yeah,
yes.
we were kind of wondering about that.
yeah, that's a
That
good
was kinda-
point. I think maybe sometimes, like you said, if I came in and got my boobs done and my butt done, and sucked in from the abs and everything, all tight, and you was like, girl, what? You look great. Where did you go? Oh, this is my doctor here. So referral market is probably how she got over there.
Possibly.
And that's another thing. Where do you go to find a good plastic surgeon? How do you vet?
That is what Kay Michelle would be talking about, because I remember she was on some talk show, I think it was Wendy Williams, and she was going to say, she was getting ready to say, because other friends in the industry, and Wendy stopped her, it's like, don't call no names.
Oh,
because they had referred her, because they all had been to the same surgeon.
Wow.
And it's one thing about going to get a procedure done, and the same thing I give you, I'm going to give you, and I'm going to give you. Where's the diversity? Because when you see these butts being done, and I'm out and about and I see, they all, to me, look
the same.
exactly
Look the same.
alike.
And they look so unnatural.
Yes. That's the
so
whole
ugly
point.
to me. I mean, who thought that was like a beautiful thing? Now I do follow some plastic surgeons
Me too.
out there. There is, and I'm not going to call any names, but there's one particular plastic surgeon here in Atlanta that is known for an S curve, and everybody has that S curve. Now there's another plastic surgeon that's out in LA, I won't call his name either, but he gives you more of a natural lift or implant.
Just a little
And
lift.
just a little, and he gives you a little curve, and it looks, I mean, immediately
natural.
after surgery, because he does before and after pics, and when you see the natural curve, you're like, wow. So when you're looking at some of these women are running around here and they look so natural, they really got a butt implant.
Well, I don't notice the
And-
natural. I notice the unnatural.
The unnatural, because
Yeah.
it's so
Because,
obvious,
like
right,
you said, for the
Renee?
last 10 years,
Obvious.
I look at before and after pics.
Yeah.
As you get older, and we're getting older,
Yes.
and the thing about getting older is that whatever was up,
must
it
come down.
gotta come down. It's gonna come down. And I'm like, my body is changing. You know how your body is changing? And
Yeah.
you walk by the mirror and you be like, and you take another look. Was that me? You're like, oh my goodness. When I see these jaw lines start, go ahead.
So hold that thought. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, how many minutes?
Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rear view mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? You have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
I hope these few tips help you as it relates to dealing with law enforcement and traffic stops. Not only in traffic stops, but in all encounters with law enforcement. We hope that all our encounters are safe for the citizens as well as for our officers. Again, we want you to be safe, and if you have any problems with the Douglasville Police Department, don't hesitate to give us a call and make your concerns known. I would add that Georgia is a right to carry state, and we hope that if you are carrying, that on these traffic stops and all encounters, please let the officer know that you are carrying. This will ensure your safety and our officers' safety. Thank you, may God bless you, and may God keep our community safe. We are one.
Welcome back to the Talk Show Divas. So we're going to dive right back into our question that I had before. How do you vet the plastic surgeon? So Tamar was sharing some insights as to how we could go ahead and do that.
You can find out if they're board certified. You can find out where they're where they have. I think, like Emory Hospital, they may give them. What does it call, you guys, when they give them the privilege of using their OR rooms? But it's a certification, so it's like they co-sign for their abilities.
Okay.
And then, of course, more importantly to me, is reading the reviews.
Yes.
Reading the reviews and to see if they have any things against their license for impropriety or practice. Check out all that stuff first, and their license and everything else. It's a matter of public information. So you can find out if they have some strikes against them or lawsuits or anything pending, just to make sure.
So basically going out there and on the internet and do your research. Yeah, absolutely. And we highly recommend, doing your research, talk to all your doctors, make sure that you're cleared to have any plastic surgery, any surgery. And sometimes going in and getting fillers, you might have allergic reaction, so you should do your due diligence when doing any cosmetic procedure. So let's talk about the young ladies and plastic surgery. So I had friends in high school that had a nose job. For cosmetic reasons. They didn't like their nose. And in the end, she ended up feeling much better about herself. But it's like, you're still growing.
Yeah.
So when is it appropriate to get
What's
surgery?
too
Yeah,
young?
yeah, what's too young?
Well, just like you said, they're still growing. Their facial features are, I mean, so are we going to give it an age, like over the age of 18, so we say, over 20? I mean, because I definitely would not give a kid of mine any plastic surgery. And you're young.
That's true.
Because you're not done growing.
Yeah.
And your bones are not set. I mean.
She was 15.
Oh.
To me, that's too young.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you genetically know if you have your mom's nose. You know what I'm saying?
And the
So, like, if you-
nose, they said your nose, sorry to cut you
No,
off.
that's okay.
Your nose is like the last thing that grows on your face.
Really?
That's what I've
Really?
always heard.
Wow.
That your nose is the, I mean, but we could research and but I've always heard that your nose is the last thing to grow on your face. So she could have done all that work, and I mean, I need to reach out to her and just see how she's doing.
It could have,
yeah.
Could have shifted.
Stop. Well, that's a mess.
I don't know, because you know, sometimes certain surgeries you got to go in and get it tweaked again. So, but I'm not an expert about
That's why
the
you
nose
should
job.
wait. That's why you should wait until you're done growing.
Yeah.
Because you're absolutely right. That would be a mess.
What are your thoughts, Renee? I see you thinking over there.
I'm thinking because of thinking of any type of plastic surgery has never entered my mind as I was growing up.
Oh, growing up.
Because I grew up in a different era and
Yeah.
a different age. It never ever entered my mind until I've reached a certain part right now in my life, as like I mentioned earlier, when you walk past the mirror or you looking in the mirror and you're getting ready to go somewhere or do something and you just feel like you're looking fantastic, and then you see a picture and you're like, I don't like how that's looking right there. You know what I mean? Like, anybody got a 10 spot right now that want to contribute to Renee? Because I want to get this done right here. You know what I'm saying? And it's different when you're a certain age. Now, my sister have a friend, and she vows you should not get anything done until you are in your 60s.
Oh.
Because it lasts you so. And if you see her, I'm not going to call no names, but if you've seen this woman in her 70s, you're like, oh, I want to be just like you.
Wow.
Because when you're younger and you get things done, because even though you get it done, guess what's going to happen? It's going to come up, and then what? It's still going to go back down.
Okay.
Now you're contemplating whether I pay my mortgage or go back and get my butt relifted.
Oh, well, that's
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
because that's what happens. So when you're older, it's a different story as opposed to when you're younger and you have to contemplate your financials. So you're in the say the strip joint industry. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to compete with the other women and you're making the money, but now you're not making that kind of money, and then your behind falls down. Now you have to contemplate on getting your butt done again, or you know what I'm saying?
So that just reminded me something. Go ahead.
I know the rule of thumb is for breast implants every 10 years.
That's okay.
They tell you to switch them out every 10 years or just whatever. But I have my niece that works in the nursing homes, and she was like, those breasts still be sitting. Everything else will fell down, and those breasts are the only thing sitting up there.
Because everybody's different, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But they're saying that the shelf life or something because your body's changing. She's absolutely right. 10 years for breast augments. I don't know about the butt.
Yeah, the butt is that even
How
though
long for that?
5 to 10 years.
Oh,
If it's
really?
artificial, 5 years. If it's your own fat, because you can take all your fat around here, you get that 360
that
done,
and put it in the
and
butt,
take your own fat and put it behind in your bottom. That's 10 years.
Oh.
But then who wants to worry about that 10 years down the road? What about do you all remember the story about the Asian gentleman? He was a millionaire, a billionaire,
Yes, I
and he
remember.
married that woman,
Yes.
and she was all gorgeous and all of that, and she ended up having a baby, and the baby was not very attractive. Do you remember that?
I remember this story.
And then he pulled up the pic and saw what she looked like eventually, and he was like, I'm going to divorce you.
Yeah.
Because you've been telling what? Lies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. So,
Goodness.
Well,
yeah.
So you remind me of the performance that Nicki Minaj was doing on MTV, I think it was MTV, a while back, and her booty started to sag, and it was just like...
Did it?
Yes.
You
on
saw it?
live
So was it a
TV.
real one or just like a little press on? I said press on.
What do you mean? What happened?
It looked deformed, and I was like, nobody on your team told you not to wear this outfit because she had something that was very revealing. Okay.
I didn't hear about that.
And oh yeah, I will share with you guys. I'm gonna look for it and I will share the video with you all. And you just saw it was just lopsided and falling apart. You're right. You have to maintain. If you're gonna start that, you gotta maintain it for it to look decent. And for her, it was like her thighs were skinny,
Right.
and then that big old rump.
Speaking of Nicki Minaj, if you guys look at before pictures of her, she's also used the same chemical that a lot of stars in Hollywood use, and it's to lighten the skin.
Oh wow!
And it begins with a G. It's a long neck, but you can go to local spas. It's everywhere.
Wow.
And it's injections, and what it basically does, it inhibits the production of melanin. So if you continue to get these shots, eventually you will get lighter, 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 and lighter.
What is that
And
about?
If you colorism,
Colorism.
and and a proximity to whiteness being equated with success. So again,
And beauty.
So again, it's the propaganda. And if you look at her before pictures when she was in the Bronx, before she got famous,
Yes.
her color and everything, you're like, who is this person?
Yeah.
And
Lil'
so where does
Kim,
that
too.
come from? Lil' Kim too.
Lil'
'Cause I
Kim
thought
was
she was just as cute
she
as
was
a
a cute
button.
girl, right?
She was as
She
cute as a
doesn't even
button.
look like her
She was so
anymore.
cute as a
Yeah.
button. But
She
you know who
was.
she
She
liked and who
overdid
she
it.
idolized?
Who?
Pamela Anderson.
Oh wow.
She idolized Pamela
And look
Anderson. I
how
remember
Pamela Anderson looks now.
Oh
a
wow.
mess.
Yes.
A hot old mess.
Oh my goodness.
we gonna get on.
But
So
she
you-
just talking about cracking.
You brought up a very important point on how the beauty industry, the music industry, deals with colorism,
Yep.
especially when it comes to women,
Yep.
African American women.
Light skin first, yeah.
And you could put two women side by side. And I saw a video I think Friday. I saw there was a clip of two girls performing the same song. And one was brown skin and one was very dark skin. And to me, the very dark skin had a beautiful voice. Like her voice was outstanding. But all those that were in the room that were judging told her she picked the wrong song, that's not right for her. And they went with the girl,
Yeah.
of course, that was lighter and she had, fake boobs and all that going on. But it just goes to show that we are still dealing with that. But I do see that there is a turning point that's happening within our culture where we are now starting to embrace all shades of us. And the beauty industry is starting to do that with offering variety of shades. Estee Lauder, Clinique, those were the brands from way back when that didn't offer variety.
Like Renee
of,
said, it boils down to money.
Right.
If I can appeal to a larger range of women, I make more money. So all of them have expanded their shades, but I want to just circle back to the entertainment industry. Do you know when I believe black women, quote unquote, were given the permission to be natural was when Lauryn Hill came out, India Arie.
Yes.
Do you remember India Arie breakout
I Am Not
song?
My Hair.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Those two so much impacted
Yes.
the
But not-
culture at that time.
And you're right. But
I
guess
loved
what?
it.
She did India Arie, and so did Tracy Chapman.
Yes.
Because Lauryn
Tracy
Hill
Chapman,
wanted to come out like them. But her publicists and her agents and the media at that time did not want her to come out with no shoes on, natural, playing a guitar and rapping. They didn't want that. They had her come out a different way. And
Okay.
go ahead.
Please hold that. We're
Thank you.
going for a quick break and we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yo, what's up, y'all? I'm Dynasty Smith, and I'm your host for The Flavor, where we're going to be showcasing some of the hottest independent artist videos from all around. So y'all tune in every Wednesday at 8 o'clock just by typing into your YouTube bar, TV 1061. So if you go into your YouTube search bar, type in TV 1061 to join us every Wednesday at 8 o'clock to check out some of the hottest new independent artist videos from all over. If you want to check us out on Facebook, just type in The Flavor and you can find us on Facebook. And yo, for you artists out there, lights, camera, action. Now the camera's on you. If you want to get your video aired on The Flavor, then you need to hit us up at 1061tv@gmail.com. Send us your YouTube link, and then we'll get back to you on details on how you can be on The Flavor.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
Hi, so we are having so much fun talking offline. And you know, we're going to wrap it up in this last segment here. But ladies, why are we doing all of this? Why?
I don't know why. I really don't know why. Because the men are not doing nothing. They ain't doing nothing.
No, let me tell you, they are starting to
Very
do
little.
something.
They're starting to grow.
Yeah,
They
not like we
are,
do.
but mostly
Not like we do,
Caucasian men, not black men.
Yeah, that's true.
And I remember this one guy friend of mine, you know, when I was 19, 20, in my 20s, I was a bombshell. I was the shiz-na-e, as little Scrappy would say. And I remember this guy, he gonna say to me, I'm gonna challenge you to get back how you were when you were in your 20s. And I said, I'm gonna challenge you to grow your damn hair back. Who are you talking to?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That emphasize, right.
Try that on. And to get rid of that belly fat.
Wait a
Hello?
minute. And had that stamina you had in your 20s. Case closed.
Thank
Case
you.
closed next.
Whatever. Why? Why? Media. The media.
And, but you know what? I'm starting to see more and more black men do body contouring, surgeries to get abs. They're going to Miami. Yes. I told you, I'm following.
Yeah.
I'm following. I have this little obsession. I do follow the surgeons. I think I should have been a surgeon myself. Because I like all that stuff, right?
Me too.
And I have seen some pro athletes that have gone in to get work done on their abs.
Really? Those are men with money. What about everyday people?
No.
What about everyday men?
Yeah.
Because everyday women are getting things done. What about everyday men?
They're not.
Right.
They're not utilizing their care credit. And you know what I mean? They're not saving up their money, using their income tax return or their stimulus.
First thing that they'll do is want you to get, because see, that's the pressure. It's like we always have to look good. Now they'll give you money to go ahead and redo you, but they won't do it.
No.
What is that about?
Why is the pressure on us to stay fine?
That's a great question.
That is such a double standard.
That is a
I want you to look good too.
Yes.
Hypocrites.
Or not look like you're about to give birth in a couple of months.
Thank you.
Really?
Yeah.
Or even have a comment.
Right.
About how you're looking.
That's
and
true.
you've aged, and how are you looking?
After you've given him his kid.
Thank you, 5 of them.
Right.
Oh my
What
God.
is that about?
The standard,
So the men that are doing it, the men that are athletes, the men that are in the entertainment industry, the men that have the actual finances to do so. But with women, we're taking out care credit, we're using, like I just stated, your income tax or whatever you're using, whatever type of loan or credit you can get, so you can look fine for the purpose of what?
Because what they're going to do, Renee, is just going to replace you and get a 20-something. Go get a 20-something. She already, I mean, so it's insanity that's going on, right?
Yes, yes. And it's a vicious cycle.
It really is.
It's a vicious cycle that we're just going around and around and around with no real cause as to why we're doing it, but to impress the men in our lives. And I had a conversation last week about this same thing. Who do you get dressed up for? I get dressed up for me. I get dressed up because
But who do they say we really get dressed up
for? Other women. For other women.
Because guess
That's
what?
what they say.
Men don't really give a damn.
Really?
They really don't. Absolutely not.
I know
For
some
the most
men
part, they really
that
don't.
When that woman walks in the room, he wants every head to turn.
Yes.
But
he
guess-
wants you to be the finest one.
But
in the
when
room.
you come in the room with all of this on, what do they say? As soon as you come in with all this negligee and all of this beautifulness,
Get butt
what-
ass naked.
take that shit off.
That's a distraction. Take all that out. That is so true.
And you done spent the whole hour perfuring, exfoliating, doing all of this stuff, and come out of the room, and you're like this, and they be like, 1 minute, dry that shit off.
Right.
They don't care nothing about that. But your girl must be like, get it, girl. You working it, girl. They don't care nothing about that.
Like Cat Williams said, a man does not care if your toes match your hands. As far as the colors, he can care less. He's still going in for the kill.
Even though it might take him only 3 minutes.
So that is super.
Oh my goodness! But you know, this is a heavy topic that we could talk hours and hours.
And we're going
about.
to talk about it again.
Oh yes. Oh definitely. So going back to the fact that it's accessible now for us to go into Walmarts, to the Dollar Tree and Dollar Store, Family Dollar, and get cheap but nice makeup.
Oh, I'm like,
Exfoliants.
I'm like, where's Roselle going?
Well, they got exfoliants, grapefruit exfoliants in the dollar store as opposed to Bloomingdale's.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm thinking, who getting the dollar store booty? I'm like, no. I'm like, where's she going with
Let's say, would you do anything in enhancements for yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
I would take from the belly area and transfer it to the back.
Okay. I would take from, and people always tell me, Renee, why would you? Because you have hips and you have a behind. But guess what? As you get older, the estrogen leaves your body and the collagen leaves your body. So the same booty that I had when I was in my teens, 20s, and 30s, half of the 40s have left. So would I? Absolutely. What about you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think we all would, you know, just as long as it's safe and with
Looks
the right
natural.
doctor.
What about this, guys? Would you get vaginal rejuvenation? Because you know that's the plastic surgery out here.
I don't think I need that.
There are people that's actually getting that vaginal rejuvenation so they can be a virgin all over again.
No.
No, thank you.
You wouldn't do it?
No, thank you.
I wouldn't do that one, but that one that they offer where the herbs come in the steam and they
neti
offer.
pot. What is
yes,
that called?
I don't know that name of that. Now that I would
was
do.
trying to think of the name of that.
I like that.
That's
one.
healthy.
That's healthy. But going in and tightening something, no, because you know how they came up, and the reason why they came up with, just say Dushing, why they came up with that.
Right.
Back in the day. Are you all familiar with why they came up with that?
No.
Was it a hygiene thing?
It had nothing to do with hygiene.
Was it to kill? Was it for abortion reasons?
No.
What was that?
Because back in the day when the men would go off to war and women would be left here and they had their little field hands and the other people that they would have sex with. So when the man would come back from war, they wanted to feel a certain kind of way and the doctor just say, mix some water and some vinegar and we would tighten it back up.
Oh.
That was the only reason why.
But I mean, it's a muscle. So
But it was
it's supposed to.
But it would tighten it back up. It's for cosmetics and it's for what? Monetary compensation, always. And that was the reason why. It had nothing to do with anything else.
Oh, wow.
Right. Because the body's natural. God created us perfect. Perfect. And everything will contract and go back to where it's supposed to be. Right?
That's just like if you have a semi truck being parked or if you have a tiny little Ford. your garage is going to conform to whatever is accommodating.
That's true.
True?
Yes.
Like, that proves that I'm trying to do it clean, you guys.
Yeah.
That proves the fact that you're right about it's a muscle.
Mm-hmm.
And you got some of these young women had way too much traffic. They're highway.
Okay, now.
Way too much traffic. Ooh, did I say that?
That's true.
Let me stop.
It's okay.
Stop tomorrow.
It's real.
Well, you know, it's like I said, it's a muscle, and it's supposed to go back to its shape. But I know that there's some women who said after they've given multiple births, that it has
collapsed.
Yes. So they needed this surgery.
My mom had 9 kids, and what happened, like we're talking about later on in life, how the body changes is the doctor said because she had so many children, the bladder dropped. It affected the bladder, so she had to get a surgery to kind of lift everything back up and get the bladder.
And that is deep too.
Yeah.
And not a lot of women talk about that too, but I've heard that.
Yeah, because they
not a lot, but they talk about where they vagina literally fell down.
It collapses. Yes.
It falls down, and you
falls
literally
down.
have to push it back up in place.
Wow,
Yes,
that's deep, right?
Yeah, that's very deep. And you know, like you said, having 9 kids, it's gonna have an impact on your body.
Natural childbirth. Natural, not to see.
And one childbirth was twins, so that's 2 in 1.
Oh wow!
So yeah.
And natural too?
Natural.
Yeah. Whoa.
That's interesting.
Yes. God bless her.
Yes.
Those women didn't have any choice back then because we didn't have the epidural. They didn't have the epidurals back
That's
then.
true. That is very true. Right.
Wow. No, there would have had to have been some changes. Something. Honey, how about that baseball game, football game? Something. We were going to have to go do something else other than, and my grandmother had 11 children.
Wow.
And I know a dear friend of mine, her grandmother had 18, no multiple births.
Oh my goodness.
And she was a little lady, like barely 5 feet tall. And I was like,
that's my mom too.
Oh my goodness. I guess there was no TV, there was no, I mean, I would run. I would have to have a separate house.
Well, if you're not using birth control, I mean, just because we have
birth control wasn't there.
Right. So every time, you know.
And two, life expectancies wasn't that.
Was low.
Well, yeah, it wasn't that long, you know. So children were dying in childbirth, so you were having multiple pregnancies to get 2. But you got lucky and got 9 in your mom's case and 18 in
9 in my mom's case.
Yeah.
That's true.
And my grandmother had 9 before. My grandmother had 9 too.
Wow. So, would you have more kids?
No.
Okay.
My mom had 9 kids by the time she was 30.
Wow.
34 for she had the last one at 34.
So absolutely.
Wow.
From
I've had
18 to
2,
34.
and I had 2 cesareans.
Wow.
Oh, did you?
Wow.
Absolutely. I did. This is serious.
I
so I didn't even go through the experience.
Yeah, so you had all stretched all out. Yeah.
I had one, and it was completely natural because I had no time. The minute I got there,
it was boom.
Showtime. Let's go. I was like, wait, hold on.
Different era, like you said. I planned mine. I said I'm going to come in on this day.
Oh,
and they said, come on in on this date, and we'll do it.
Okay.
That's how mine were.
So,
yes.
Wow. You know, as we're wrapping up today's show, what would we like to leave the ladies and the gentlemen out there today about the beauty industry and plastic surgery? What thoughts do you want to leave?
I just want to say, do what makes you feel good and do it for yourself. Don't lose weight for somebody or go get breasts for somebody. Do it for you. If it makes you feel good and positive and it allows you to go out into the world and shine your light, do it. But do it with the right mindset.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
And Renee?
I would say that we are absolutely fantastic and we are magnificently marvelous. You know, and that's how the Creator's He made us to embrace who we are, to love who we are, to accept who we are. And if you have to and you choose to, do it just because of you, not because you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, where you're trying to compete with your neighbor, your girlfriend, or your coworker. Just do it for you, so you can be all right with who you are. That's what I would say.
Because that's what you're left with in the end. Is
At the end of the day, yes, exactly.
And you have to be happy with yourself.
You have to be
And
happy.
happiness comes from within.
It's an inside job.
Yes, it's an inside job. So we're about to close, and before we do, we wanted to give a shout out to Michelin Moore, who unfortunately couldn't be here today, but we will hold you down, sister.
And see you next Sunday.
See you next Sunday. And also, I wanted to just give credit again to our executive producer, Mr. Felix Washington, and our social media director, Shantae Barksdale, and run down the week's show, starting with Tuesday, Your Real Estate Tea, which is at 12:30 p.m. Wednesday, The Flavor at 8 p.m. The playlist followed by, the playlist at 9:30 p.m. on Wednesday. Saturday, Bedroom Chronicles at 5 p.m. Sundays, Talk Show Divas at 4:30 p.m. and the Talk Show Kings at 6:30 p.m. And we are live on YouTube. We are also live on Facebook, and we have a TV channel on Roku called TV 1061. Go check us out. We have amazing shows out there. And thank you all. Happy Sunday, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Have a great week, everyone. Bye.
Conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.